proud members of the Podbelly Podcast Network.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational.
You can do it!
But that just wouldn't be our style.
Welcome to Project Reclamation, where you rebuild, re-energize, and reclaim your life.
Dun, dun. Dun, dun.
Boom! Tim and Steven back together again.
Oh my God!
Friday, Saturday, even better. Saturday. Oh man, you thought that you were at some concerto.
You did.
You thought you were listening to Wolfgang Puck's Fifth Symphony. Wait, Wolfgang Puck? Amadeus, whoever, it doesn't matter.
I'm sure Wolfgang Puck is a cook.
He built a symphony too. It doesn't matter who you're listening to.
Symphony of flavor in your mouth.
That's right. Spices, oregano.
Taking you down to Flavor Town.
Cardamom, Flavor Town. You know, all that stuff. I don't know. I'm just naming all the spices. That's why I'm no chef. I'm just Nurse Steven at your beck and call. But anyways, Chang, Frick, JB, somewhere out there, back together again.
Somewhere out there. Isn't that from isn't that the little mouse character from
Fievel?
Yeah, Fievel.
I think the thing was like America 1492. I don't know what that. I don't know what it was called.
Wasn't the whole wasn't that whole what was that called?
I don't know. An American Tale.
There you go, An American Tale.
Bam.
But then wasn't it like wasn't the whole thing like the Jews and the Nazis?
Oh, I don't know.
Because they were the Mousekowitzes, and they were trying to escape like the evil like. The cats were trying to round up all the mice. Yeah.
Oh.
I think there was like some Nazi World War II undertones.
I guess I just, I see these things in like the 80s, obviously when I was a baby.
Kid, so like,
and
you don't think about that. You just
no, you
think
definitely
it's
don't think about it.
Mouse and cat.
Like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't, there's greater symbolism, so that's probably what the parents could attach on to. And as a kid, when you didn't know about, obviously, such atrocious tragedies, then you just go, okay, cool. I definitely don't like that cat because he's chasing after those little mice, blah, 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 blah. But you know there's greater symbolism to it, and that's what you understand as a 38-year-old person, just like we are right now. So holy smokes. It is one scorcher son bitch out
really
here out in San Diego.
I am sweating.
You are sweating, and you are in the suburbs. And if you don't know this, now you know. If you are living in San Diego, great. You're by the beach. It's probably about 10 degrees cooler than what it is right now when you're living where I am.
Every, what? What did you say?
Every mile in
Every
is
mile's
like
about
another
a degree.
10 degrees.
Yeah. How?
I'm giving him a sweat towel like John Thompson used to have at Georgetown, just wiping his head, wiping his brow off. Tim's actually checking weather.com on his phone.
It's true, actually.
But I will tell you that I've gotten used to it. It took me my first year out here. It was painful.
So it's 90 degrees here. What, you're like 4 miles away from me?
Probably.
It's about 6 degrees hotter here.
Yeah, so amen to that. But Tim, you're toughing it out. You got your grit, grind, and gratitude shirt on.
I do.
Bam. That's always your logo. That's always your theme.
Yep.
But you know what I really, really appreciated more than anything is obviously that you're still on your grind. You're still doing it despite this heat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, obviously I know a lot of things can kind of put you down. I tell you what, like back when I was living in the South, North Carolina, it would get hot down there, but I was never used to humidity.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It is a problem for sure. If you've never been around humidity like that, like inland humidity where it's right in that kind of plane.
Well, even the difference between here and there, like 90 in San Diego, and it's not very humid. It's probably like 30, 40%.
I wouldn't even say it's 30 or 40% humidity.
Well, what I'm saying is, but like 90 in Vegas or Arizona isn't that bad.
It's because
it's so dry.
Hot. Yeah, but it's dry.
Yeah.
It's dry heat.
Well, I hate that. But it's true though, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the South it's like
it's
100% humidity. Yeah.
No, because it's suffocating because the air I feel is also thicker. It's harder for you to breathe in. It's hard for you to do the gas exchange. I feel like, and I'm no scientist.
Well, yeah, it's like you're breathing water.
Yeah,
you don't have
So
gills.
thick. And then plus it just draws all that water outside you. I don't know how they effing did it back in the day, man, without air conditioning. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you decided like this was the life that
they were probably just tougher people.
They probably fucking were. You mean they didn't? You mean they didn't have the information right at their fingertips when you snap, like we do at the internet nowadays, and they wouldn't complain that their
You mean they actually used to be able to have debates and arguments over things instead of just having someone go to their phone and look it up?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what that life is like, and I don't want no part of it.
So, dude, I was just listening to Rogan.
Talk to me.
And dude, if he's leaving California, I feel like maybe that's a sign. I don't know.
Okay.
But no, that's not what but I was like, dude, I feel like we need a Jamie. We need someone who's just gonna look up everything.
Okay. Oh, is that what is the guy's name that looks up
Yeah.
everything? Okay,
Jamie's
good.
and he's like a wizard with whatchamacallit.
The intranets.
Yeah. So Steve,
Go on.
what's up?
Nothing, bro.
You turned me on to this one podcast.
Tell me about
And
it. Tell me about it.
I blew through every episode they had already.
It's funny.
And then I told JB about it for weeks, and he's like, fine, I'll listen to it. And he listened to one episode, and then one turned into, I'm
now
pretty
he's
sure he
addicted
may
to
have
it.
listened to all of them, yeah.
It's good to catch them because their chemistry is so good with one another.
It's so good, but it's so funny because they're so different.
Yeah.
But it works.
It works. See, you're sweating like a pig right now,
I am.
and I am not because I'm used to it. You're not measured up to this heat yet.
No.
But we've been best friends for a long time, and we should have that chemistry, obviously. But we don't. Not yet, because obviously sometimes people say our relationship is too contemptuous.
We don't have any
Jealous,
even.
chemistry. No, we don't.
No,
we don't.
It's too bad.
Just all physical, obviously.
I wish we did. But you know what? I was thinking. So I've been talking to some people who like.
I think they're sorry. Go on.
I know like Rogan and them like videotape their podcasts.
All right,
and
talk
like
to me.
you could do like different like camera angles and stuff. But like I was watching like like Tom Segura and like I think Bert Kreischer and Bill Burr have a podcast.
Do they? What's the name of that podcast?
I think it's called Bill and Bert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent adventure.
I know Bill and Bert's Excellent Adventure, but then you have like Theo Vaughn and Brendan Schaub have like the Sting and the King and the Sting, something like that, and then like Callan and Schaub have the Fighter and the Kid, and then Theo Vaughn has anyways. My point is they all do like a single camera shot, but they're like sitting in like lazy boy chairs,
Having a
like
good
next to
old
each other,
time, yeah.
with like an end table in the middle or whatever, like
Yeah.
kind of like not right next to each other, but yeah. So I was like, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then we're not just like sitting at a table, we're like lounging.
One, the basis.
Maybe we should try that.
Well, we should definitely dive into that. It depends on
Yeah.
what you, the listener, wants to see, though, and hear. Because
Yeah.
obviously, some of y'all may never put the face to the name or the name to the face.
No, but I mean, the
We'd love to
audio
provide you
podcast
that.
would still come through the same.
No, for sure. But honestly, if you want to go ahead and see us on that YouTube machine I heard all about,
I heard about that.
yeah, you can definitely do that. You can definitely always go to, wait a second, hold up. Let's pay those bills. Here we go. We always want to give a shout out to our greatest sponsor, our original, our OG sponsor of all time. That's right, podbelly.com, Pig Out on Podcast, oinky oink.
Oink, oink.
Now, if you want to learn about anything at all, boy, I don't know how many people they have on it right now. I don't know how many kind of
I don't know.
podcasts, different styles of podcasts they have on it right now.
How many what?
How many different styles of podcasts they have on it? They probably
a
have
lot.
They probably have up to 40 now. I think.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly
yeah.
40. I couldn't even see. There's so many tiles that like had all those like logo and images on it. But also, we always want to give out. We always pig out on podcasts on podbelly.com.
But when you're pigging out on something, you need flavor.
You always
and what's
need
the
that
king
sabor.
of flavor since 1968, Steve?
El Yucateco. El Yucateco.
Oh, Yucateco.
Boy, it's not just about that. It's not about that. It's not about that Kung Pao spy. Pow! It's about that flavor as well.
It's about that flavor. It's all about the flavor. It's all about using the whole pepper instead of just that stupid extract. So yeah, El Yucateco. There's a flavor for you. My little sister, she hates us. She hates spice. Her palate is
But she actually drinks El Yucateco.
She drinks the Chipotle.
It's so good.
That's her favorite one.
It's so good.
I think that's the only one she likes.
And we've done it. We've done the hot sauce challenges
We have done the
before.
hot sauce
We've done a lot of different challenges before, and it is definitely by far and away. It's not that vinegary base that just makes you all bitter.
I don't like vinegar.
Not for me.
I mean, it's okay in some stuff.
It's not just that
But I
whole
don't
like
love the vinegar-based hot sauces so much.
get
It's
out
not
of
my
here
favorite.
vinegar-based hot sauce.
Not my favorite, man.
But our biggest thing is if you want to come see our faces, boy, it's about our listeners.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We'll
And
do
if
it if you guys want it.
If we'll do it, if you guys want it, it's worth doing. Okay, if it makes people happy, and that's all we're about here.
So
to
back to the El Yucateco thing.
All right.
Go hit us up on Instagram. Go add El Yucateco's Instagram, and go plaster their feed with stuff, and just tell them that we sent you. Project Reclamation, Podbelly.
Amen to that.
Just go give them some hashtag stuff, and then if you're gonna post something to us or you're gonna post something just to them, like just mention Podbelly, mention Project Reclamation, and mention and mention El Yucateco. Tag them. Just hashtag
all you
King
need.
of Flavor. And also, go ahead and start posting some of your, if you like El Yucateco, or maybe you're trying it for the first time, post a picture of your food.
They'll
Post
love
it
it.
to
And
us.
no, we will too.
Hashtag King of Flavor. Post it to us, or just hashtag Project Reclamation. Link to us, whatever you want to do, and we have some cool prizes we will give you. There's a pair of El Yucateco socks.
Wow.
There is some El Yucateco hot sauce.
Ooh,
There is
obviously.
a bunch of stickers. I believe there's some sunglasses. There's,
hey.
I'm missing things.
Well,
for
it doesn't
sure.
matter, 'cause
There's a
it's up
bunch
for
of stuff.
you to
We
earn.
want to give it to you. So hit us up on Instagram. I can't manage social media very well, so I'm just picking Instagram. I'm going to pick one and run with it.
Yeah,
that's the
it.
only one that I'm willing to deal with. 'Cause
That's it.
I hate social media,
That's all you need.
but I will tolerate it.
All right, so let's get back to this
right.
whole deal. It is so hot sometimes. I gotta be. It's so hot. Tim is turning into a beast, a man beast. But I will tell you this, man. When I was back in North Carolina, you know what I didn't do a lot of when it got hot like this?
There's so many terrible things. that I wanna
Anything
say
at
right
all,
now.
man.
Oh, anything at all. You just
Anything
sat
at all.
inside.
It was just so
Did
hot.
you have air conditioning?
No, yeah, we had air conditioning, but it was an old rickety crickety. You ever have one of those old air conditioners that makes way more noise than what the
Oh, yeah.
value of it's worth?
Yeah.
Because you turn it on and be like, and
yeah.
it would just be like, holy shit. Now, this is North Carolina. It was back in the early 2000s. It was a little much. And I got to be honest with you, I was kind of like done with it on my end. But at the same time, what are you going to do? You open up a window, you let more of that hot air in?
Yeah.
It was insane. It was honestly insane. So I didn't know how people I don't know how people did it like back in the day. I just don't. It was 1850. It still had been hot. It still would have been hot just like it is
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
because you listen to all the climate change shit. They talk about like 1 degree, 2 degrees, like
Yeah.
not a lot. So it was still hot as fuck back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how they did it. And they wore a bunch of clothes back then.
They
don't
wore wool
You don't
clothes
see
on
pictures
wool
of people
clothes
like
on
they
wool
weren't
clothes.
wearing like cargo shorts and tank tops, dude. They were wearing like freaking wool pants and like a wool coat and like a wool shirt and like a duster and a cowboy hat.
I know. And that was like,
And
that was in
must have-
August.
And they must have, dude. Everyone must have stank so bad back
Oh,
then.
you know they didn't
but I guess you
shower.
get used to smells though. So like,
I guess I think that would be like one of the reasons why you were attracted to somebody so much, because they just didn't fucking reek. You'd be like, oh,
or they
they're
did.
very
It was
pretty.
like there was a lot of that pheromone things going.
And they all had bad teeth, yellow ass teeth because of chewing tobacco and everything.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's too much, bro. I couldn't even imagine what life was like back then, but at the same time, that's not for me to imagine because I have the luxuries of modern AC. But you know what's crazy though is that you imagine.
But you know what they didn't do?
Huh?
When it was hot?
Huh.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They went out and did shit because they
'Cause
were
they had
harder.
to.
They were harder people than we are.
The cow still got to get milked. Oh, my God. That's like the biggest thing I wanted to talk to you about today, man, is that, you know what? It's so funny. We are living in some crazy, crazy times. We've established that already. That's known.
Yeah.
Okay? That is known to the hilt. But you know what also is true, though, man? Is that even though no matter how crazy it gets, you still got to do stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't kind of fold up. Now, you may be depressed, actually. And you know what the funny part is that a lot of people kind of attribute depression and all that stuff to wintertime and like, you know, kind of dark.
Why though?
Well, why? I think it's a characteristic thing, to be honest.
I think it's the dreary weather. I think is just by itself a little bit depressing.
Yep.
But I think there's a vitamin D component. to
Yeah,
it
right.
Too.
There's like
and just it's fresh air.
There's less
dude.
light,
and
right,
you're
during the
you're
winter.
cooped up inside more.
Yeah, and you get kind of caught
I
up
mean,
in
why
that
do you think
mentality.
Seattle and wherever is like the suicide capital of the world? Because, well, not even being the world, but for sure the United States because it rains so much.
It rains so much.
Everybody's inside
There's
all
a
the
little
time.
bit of like, yeah. There's a little bit of
So
gray depression.
now it's like they're keeping everybody inside all the time, so people are depressed.
So we're already kind of 50% there.
So what are you doing? You're probably not going outside as
right.
much. You're probably not working
you're
out as
afraid
much.
to go outside on
right,
some
but
level.
going outside would make you. It would boost your immune system. It would probably make you happier. If you
Yeah.
exercise, it's going to boost your endorphins, which can
Yeah.
make you happier. But instead, you stay inside. You probably drink, which makes you more depressed.
Yep, which is a depressant. Yeah.
It's depressing. So yeah, but you're like, oh, but my gym is closed and I don't like to run. So get creative with it.
You know what's so crazy is that
Yeah.
everyone always has these visions about, oh, well, I don't like to run. I'm not a fast runner. I can't run. Well, you can run if a bear's chasing after you, and you don't need to be a fast runner. You just need to either outchase the bear or outchase the other person.
Yeah, you just
right?
need to be not the slowest person.
Yeah, you just need to not be the slowest person. Well, I don't have a gym. I don't have all that stuff. Yeah, you have 2 arms. Oh, well, assuming if you have 2 arms or 2 legs or just whatever, everything, you can put force against an immovable force and kind of create resistance that way. It's so funny that people think they need the greatest. Oh, it's like, would you ever say this? Well, I don't have a car. Well, if I needed a car, I can only drive a Lamborghini. No, baby.
Yeah.
Like you can drive any type of
Or
car.
like someone's like, well, the gym is closed, so I can't use the treadmill.
You certainly can't use that treadmill.
No,
you're right.
you can't. You can't
But
run on a hamster wheel. You're correct.
if you live in an incorporated city, you can obviously use sidewalks, and you can have sidewalks.
yeah,
kind
you
of
can run on the
incorporated that way.
street. And you know what? If you don't want to run, then walk.
Then walk.
Go find a trail. Go walk
right.
by the beach or the lake or the river.
Or just go walk around your front yard, for gosh sake.
Yeah.
If you have a front yard, or on the sidewalk out there in the front of wherever you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or in the back of wherever you are.
Or if you have a backyard or some lawn or something, you know, you could go do some good old like, plyometric exercises.
Yeah. You know what? If you can bend your knees, which maybe if you can't do that, right? You have some type of maybe limitations or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but movement is the most important thing, because I do believe this more than anything else in the world, that if you start moving and propelling yourself, doesn't mean, you know, when you say movement, you don't need to sprint hurdles like one of those Olympians. You can actually start just getting up off the couch is the first step, maybe. And start walking around that couch, maybe, or getting up to your front door and then start walking out.
That's
your
the
front
new
door.
hot product, the Chairmaster.
The Chairmaster.
Get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down. But they have a machine.
No, but that's pretty much the same thing as like
No,
a
I
squatting exercise
Yeah.
or something like that. So you're good. You're money in the bank, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
Especially while you're doing while you're watching Netflix and shit.
No, for sure.
do something.
You can do anything. You can do anything of anything, but so long as you're doing something, that's the
Yeah,
most important
but
thing.
like if you're
going
gonna
to
go watch like 6 episodes of some fucking TV show, like do something while you're watching that TV show.
Yeah, do anything. Honestly, you can do push-ups or
Maybe
just
there's
even,
no commercials, but you could do like do some squats, do some push-ups. You don't need weights. You can just do body
you can
weight.
use your own body weight.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing in the world is that you have to really, really be cognizant of the fact that, like, yeah, you can easily kind of be down and out. There's nothing wrong with being down and out, okay? But to sometimes get yourself out of that thing, there's no secret kind of magic potion, no magic bullet, right?
No secret sauce.
No secret sauce, although El Yucateco, my gosh. Who knows? The triple X on El Yucateco will definitely get you moving.
That's true.
But I swear to gosh, one of the bigger, better things in the whole wide world is to just get yourself moving and grooving and go.
And you'll feel better.
Yeah, I hope that you will feel better.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's our biggest thing. That's my biggest thing. I will tell you that one of the hardest parts in the last maybe 3 years is that it was feeling bummed out. I can remember it. And you live in San Diego, or we both live in San Diego. So the sun's out, sky's always blue, water's always good, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And I remembered I was like, oh, God, I can't do anything. I give up, world. Oh, my gosh. But yeah, one of the very good parts is that I remembered my friend Gus at the time came by, and he literally said, we're getting up and we're going out. I was like, no, I can't even get myself dressed. I can't even do anything. And I remember one of the greater things in the world was that we were walking around La Jolla, Torrey Pines
yeah.
Shore or something like that. And I remembered, I was like, holy
Like
crap.
the trails?
Torrey Pine Trails. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And I remembered instantly, I took a photo of myself and my dapper. I remember I took a photo of myself.
I have no
and
idea
said,
what you just said.
well, no, I said I took a photo of myself in my dapper depression.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
And I wanted to remember that day because I remember wanting to never feel that way again. Boom.
What is that noise?
Oh, sorry. Tim's fascinated by the noise. One of my neighbors has got a cool RC car.
Oh, got
This
it.
is so dope.
You got an RC car in the street, and there's like
Yeah.
someone's flying their drone over there in your backyard.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's kind of got all these cool. These are people that are getting out, doing
they're
something
doing
new.
shit.
And it doesn't matter. You don't have to walk. You don't have to run. You don't even have to crawl. Or you probably just buy yourself an RC car if that's what you really, really want to do. So long as it gets you up and off
buy a
that
kit
couch.
one that you have to build, and then it gives you more shit to do.
That's right. We always want to encourage people, if you're feeling down during these times, okay, that's totally understandable. I get it. We all see it. I'm part of the world just like you are.
Go
just
do
like anybody
something.
else. But try and do something, all right? You know, try and do something to build yourself up or build something to your resume of life, right? During these times, because your life ain't over just because you have to kind of be indoors here a little bit more. And one of our bigger, badder things is that, hey, reach out to like some people too.
Yeah.
And even when you're reaching out and you're making that phone call, start pacing around your couch. Not in a nervous pacing way, but just pace around your couch.
Yeah.
You know?
There's also like, if you're bored with workouts, if you don't want to go walk around or run around or whatever, there's all kinds of different weird workouts you can do.
Oh, totally different weird workout.
What's the weirdest, or what's the, I don't know, what are some home workout type shit that you've bought before?
That I've bought?
Yeah.
You've seen my room. It's full of all sorts
Yeah, you
of
have all kinds
contraptions.
of stuff. What are these little, you got these, what did you call these little things down here?
These are parallettes. They're like big
Pirouettes?
No, they're like
Aren't those, like,
parallettes.
some sort of dessert
They're
that
like
Hostess
parallel
made or
bars that are like maybe 18 inches off the ground.
So you do like squat dips or
No. They're not weighted like that. So if you need dips like
you
as
could do
in
dips like as in like
you could do tricep I guess, dips. Yeah. Obviously, proof is not in this pudding here.
They look like, if you've ever seen those like push-up bar things,
Yeah.
they look like giant versions.
giant
of that.
versions of the push-up bars. Yeah.
Did you just get those?
No. I've had these for a
you've had these
minute.
forever? All
For
right.
a minute. But I guess the biggest thing in the world too is that, hey, like you're right. There are so many different things that you can kind of try and like look at and experiment with or see on the internet machine and kind of work
Yeah,
with that.
dude. I have
It's kinda
100
cool,
pounds
actually.
of sand in the back.
You have 100 pounds of sand. Why do you have 100 pounds of
You know,
sand?
it was a hell of a workout carrying the 100 pounds of sand from the fucking aisle to the checkout.
Is that why
and then
you're
to
sweating?
My car. That's why I'm sweating. I don't know why I'm sweating. I used to sweat a lot when I was really fat. Now, like, I don't sweat that much anymore. But
I think you're sweating because it's so
just
hot.
A hot day.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna talk. And I'm gonna move the fan closer to you.
That's all right. I'm good. I'm gonna jump in your pool when this is over. One of my coworkers, he was telling me that he got one of these workout sandbags, and he was telling me how great it was. So like, I went ahead and ordered one, but it's cool. So it's got like it's like a fancy duffel bag, but it's got a bunch of like handles, and then it has inner bags. So you just fill up the inner bags with different weights of sand. And I think it goes up to, this one goes up to like 100 pounds. I just have to figure out what to fill up the 3 inner bags with. Like, do I just make them equal some things?
No,
Probably
you should make
not.
them definitely like diverse. I mean, I figured this way. That way you can kind of get variance in your workout.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe I'll do like one like 30 pounds and then like one like 20 and
you
one
have
10.
kettlebells though too at those weights.
I do.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, it depends on what type of. I guess you could put the sandbag over your shoulders, drape it like a.
You could do the sandbag over your
ruck or something
shoulders.
like that.
You can do like kind of like a clean, like, kind of squat down and then pull it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You could do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
I
and then
guess.
you can do overhead press because it's uneven weight, so
Yeah.
it works all your stabilizer muscles.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the fact that you're always just trying to challenge yourself with different
Try to do
things.
something, man.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the whole purpose of everything that we try to do here at Project Reclamation is to inspire and encourage people, right? And guess what? If you haven't felt, and so I don't know all these things, remember like our first basic like principle is you don't need a Ferrari if you need a car. You know what I mean? You don't need the top of the line, everything. You don't need to run a marathon to like start running again. You know what I mean? It's like you're just getting some fucking sand and you could put sand in an old rice bag and start carrying that.
Yeah, you
know what I
totally
mean?
could. Yeah, or if you wanted to make your own more fancy version, you could just get like a duffel bag.
Yeah.
And then just get like some of the really heavy duty like contractor trash bags at Home Depot and go buy some sand at Home Depot or go take it from the beach. Whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Triple bag, like a couple of different ones, throw those in the duffel bag and get yourself a workout sandbag.
Dude, we're Everlast and all those parent companies. American Standard does not like us. They're just
Hey,
like,
if you guys want us to stop talking DIY,
You better sponsor.
then you better sponsor us, dude. You don't pay our bills.
damn, you know what the greatest part in the world is? I will tell you is that my hope is that for all the people that are kind of caught in, and I hope they found something to kind of encourage themselves at this point. But that's okay if you haven't had that yet. There's no timeline to anything. The only timeline is what you decide what you want to do for yourself.
You've done a lot of like races and stuff. What are they doing with those these days?
It's usually a lot of virtual races at this point.
So how does that
Amazingly
work?
enough, well, you just kind of time yourself. You'll go on a jog for yourself around.
Dude, how much money is like rock and roll and all those companies losing?
I don't know. Well, probably a lot, but you have to understand it's not. And this is the greatest thing to understand is that it's not just rock and roll. It's not just Target or or the NBA or whatever other organization. Everyone's like kind of losing cash right now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. My hope is that they won't bury them. It won't kind of discourage them or make them all lost to the kind of the kraken that is COVID. You know what I mean? That is these times. But one of my bigger things in the world is that for as many people that was their carrot, right? Oh, I really, really want to get off the couch and I want to run a 5K.
Well, that's what I was thinking about because sometimes signing up for a race is a good motivation. But
Oh my
if that's
gosh.
not an option, then that's kind of a bitch.
No, for sure. They're doing a great job by doing a lot of virtuals. That's great.
cool.
But also, I would encourage you to always keep training, right?
yeah.
Because as soon as that stuff does come back around, you definitely want to be a part of it. You
Yeah.
definitely want to be inside, be on the ground floor, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, think about it. I
can't wait.
I want to build up so that my time qualifies for Boston.
Well, that's a healthy measure.
Is that the hardest one to qualify
That one
for?
is the hardest one in my mind.
Do you know what the qualifying time is?
It's super fast. Here, I
3:10.
wish we had, what's his name, Craig or Joe?
Jamie.
Jamie. I wish I had Jamie right here.
We need a Jamie.
To kind of look this up.
Who wants
here.
to be our Jamie?
But here's what we're going to do. We're going to look
You
up
can fill out
qualifying
an
times.
application at podbelly.com to be our Jamie.
When I had looked this up, even in my heyday of running, I was like, wow, my time for the Boston Marathon at my age and stage would not be it. So let's just say I am 38 right now, and 35 to 39, you have to qualify.
3 hours and 3
5
minutes.
3 hours and 3 minutes?
Uh-huh.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't think I could even come close to that. That's like even.
Well, if you
that's
wait
how it
2
goes.
years or a year and a half, then then you get an extra 5 minutes.
I want to show you, even when you're an older, elderly individual that's in there, perhaps 80 and over. 80 and over, I want to let you know, for the men's qualifying standard, 80 and over is 4 hours and 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah, 4 hours and
So
50.
basically, it's like if you finish it
So
without dying. That's awesome.
if you just cross the line.
Yeah, four
that's
hours.
qualifying
Yeah, 4
time
hours
for me.
and 50 minutes. That's crazy.
But those are challenges that you can certainly attest to and work towards, and that's kind of one of the
Hey man,
better
if you're
parts.
80 and you can finish a marathon, you're doing
If you're
pretty
80
good.
and you're even thinking about a marathon and it's in your wheelhouse, boy, you already done beat it. You're already unqualified for life.
That's my new life goal, to run a marathon at 80.
I think the fact that you even signed up for one,
Wait. If I drive it in a Rascal, does that count?
I'm sure they could have different. I'm sure there's a wheelchair. Well, I don't know if there's a wheelchair division. There has to be, because obviously, Boston Marathon. The Boston Marathon supports ADA standards. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wasn't there? There's those dudes that do the
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter regardless.
Those dudes who do the wheelchair racing, dude, their arms are jacked, man. You still have to push yourself.
How about this? You know what's so funny is that despite anything else, do you want to even F with somebody that like mentally has already gone like to the mental mindset of like, yeah, I can run 26.2 miles in one day. Like mentally, that's just, you have to be so unbreakable at that point on some level. Like
I've never done it.
My sharpest times that I've been around, my most focused laser point times, even when I was battling through exhaustion and being tired, was I've run 4 marathons before. And like it was definitely the first one, but the hardest one that I ever had to do was the second one, because you knew how fucking hard it was, and you still signed up for it, and you still trained for it, and you knew how exhausting it was, and you knew how tiresome it was after the 18th mile, and you knew how tiresome it was after the 22nd mile, and you knew that you were fucking your blisters on your feet at 24 miles. You're like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore. And then the third one, I was like, oh god, I must be really, really doing this for a greater cause. You know what I mean? And then after that, I was like, all right, cool. Now I know how to do these. I get it. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm fucking insane. You know what I mean? That's what we're. So
then, did you stop running full marathons?
I don't prefer that format.
But you think a half is good?
I will do it now. I will do it. I like the half marathon, because I will tell you that the recovery time for a half marathon is about a day to 2 days for me. Right?
For me, it's a week and a half.
Sure. Right? But it doesn't matter. I'm not doing this as like a humble brag or a brag at all.
No, for sure.
What I'm saying is that if you run a full marathon, I felt like the recovery time on those bad boys was just incrementally more. It was like a month. It was like, okay, cool, because your legs weren't back, your energy was zapped,
if we did like a Viking like log throwing challenge or something, you'd have a worse recovery time than me. So.
Yeah, I probably would definitely have a worse recovery time.
Running is a little rough on this big old body.
Well, I guess one biggest thing in the world I'd say is that people that run, that do these crazy endurance ones, or like, I know MMA people, sure, of course I wouldn't want to mess with them anyways, but knowing that you're put in a ring, or boxing, right? Knowing that you're being put in a ring to actually fist fight or fight to some type of submission, with another individual against everyone's might, 110%, 200%, whatever it is. I don't want to mess with you. That's too much.
No.
That's too damn much. It's mentally, I just can't do it. So how do they get to that mentality? It all starts with a single step, right? A single punch, a single action, right? That kind of propels them forward. And that's always what we're trying to preach and praise here at Project Reclamation.
100%.
When you had decided to honestly kind of go through your procedure, your surgery, right? What did it start off with? It started with an interest, an inquiry.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, I might be interested in looking up this, or what does this mean, or what will this be? And it's about information gathering, right? So that's your whole deal, though, too, is that, like, I don't know, single steps lead to greater steps.
That and, like,
lead to a more succession of steps.
Find some things to look forward to.
Oh, that's the best thing. I always look forward to this podcast every single week, man.
It's good. It's my therapy. How do you feel about cage diving with great whites?
I know Mike Tyson did it. I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't mess with Mike Tyson.
He didn't actually do it.
Oh, I thought he did it.
No. What he did was still cool, though.
Okay.
It wasn't great whites. What he did, it was 3 parts. It was actually pretty cool, because I was like, oh, this is going to be like bullshit. Like Michael Phelps is one where he just swims in a pool and is not. No. Mike Tyson first he went in a cage, and he's deathly afraid of the ocean. Okay. He doesn't like water, and he's deathly afraid of sharks.
So perfect for Shark Week.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was cool because it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like the baddest man in the universe. Yeah. Like the guy who you wouldn't expect to be afraid of anything.
Yeah.
Facing his fears, it's kind of cool. So the first thing he did was he went cage diving with sharks. Okay. Then he went free diving with sharks. Wow. And then he had to wrangle a shark and put it into tonic immobility, which is where you basically you can put
it upside down.
Yeah, you turn it upside down. You put it to sleep. So he put it was like a 6 or 7 foot shark. He put to sleep.
No thanks. I choose not to have that life or do that.
I was looking up trips to Guadalupe Island where you can go cage diving.
Battle a shark.
It's only like $3,000, man.
That's actually not a bad experience.
Something I'd like to do someday,
dude. Honestly, you've paid more for way less in your life.
Oh yeah.
So honestly,
well, I mean, if you think about it, dude, that's like a less than you paid to go to Padres fantasy camp.
Yeah,
which was
the most fulfilling thing for me.
It was so fulfilling, but like, dude, $3,000 isn't that much to pay for something that's like if you're willing to do that, which I don't know, I might piss my pants and chicken out at the last minute. But if you're willing to do that, I mean, how cool is that experience? Like that's something that most people don't do.
Definitely.
And you'll never forget it.
You'll never forget it. Like I will tell you this much. I jumped out of an airplane on my 30th birthday. And
there you go. See that? I haven't done that.
See, and I will tell you, I was like, okay, well, and then I think the way after I did all those bells and whistles and all those fixings, it was like maybe around almost $400 plus bucks, right? I was like, that was a lot for me at the time because I was like, just for like really like 20 minutes of like really action, right? And so I remember doing that and I was like, okay, cool. And then in the end, I was like, oh, whoa, this was like, I remember everything about it to this day. Whether it was good or bad or fearful or I was pissed in my pants or whatever.
Did you get like a GoPro video of it?
Yeah, I got the video. That's cool. What also, like that was like an extra additional $100, right? You know what I mean?
Worth it. But how
dude, you're never going to not do it.
Yeah, how could you not?
You're already up 16,000 feet or whatever. You're not going to be like,
It's like my mom and dad went ziplining up in wine country like San Ynez.
Okay.
They've done it a few times actually, and it's cool because you wear a GoPro the whole time.
Dude, why not? Remember those events because honestly, in the end, like I said, most things, especially during right now, boy, you can keep on planning and planning and planning for a lot of stuff that may or may not come, right? You know what I mean? Oh, I'll plan for this trip to, a year from now or whatever, and it may not be that situation. But your memories that happen in the moment or whenever they do come present, boy, you got to really enjoy those.
Well, and also if you think about something like, I mean, if you're just doing a cage on top of the water, you don't really need, but a lot of like, if you want to go like say shark diving in the Caribbean with some reef sharks or something like that, like you got to get scuba trained and you're going to want to be in better shape. You're going to want to have, your breathing on par. So if you think about something where there's like a physical element to it, it gives you something to train for if there's not like a race or something to train for.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Oh, hey, if you're feeling down and out, we understand. We get it here at Project Reclamation.
If you're feeling down, just go watch Shark Week because sharks are awesome.
That's what gets you going.
That Shark Week does get me going. It's funny, like in preparation for Shark Week, which is right now. I actually know now it's over. Damn, dude.
I know.
I'm so sad.
See, look, it's just so fleeting.
Well, I'm done with this podcast now, Steve. I'm depressed. I'm gonna
go take a walk, baby.
I'm gonna go start drinking. No, but no, I went and watched on Hulu. They have all the stuff from the past like 3 years of Shark Week.
Okay.
Awesome.
Dude, I bet you. That's like the coolest thing I say. One of the coolest things about our generation right now, that generation that we're living in right now, is that anything that you can reach really anything at your fingertips. It's actually quite cool.
And Jeselnik was on Shark Week because he loves sharks. He has all those shark jokes.
What is he doing on Shark Week, man?
Because he loves sharks.
Okay, fair enough.
And he has a bunch of shark. He says he's always talking about he loves Shark Week. And he goes, whenever there's a shark attack, I root for the shark. and then I guess people got mad at him for that.
Oh, yeah. He had this terrible joke, apparently, that did not go over well.
All of his jokes are terrible.
But if you get mad at a comic for making a joke, you know what? There's one thing you can do, of course, that like shows him that that he's not a good comic, right? It's just you don't, or he or she's not a very good comic. Is that you don't pay any attention to them, you don't mind them, right? But then once you hear them and it's so caustic to you and it bothers you, but yet you still kind of
turn it off.
You keep on hitting that like replay
Go listen to a clean comic.
Makes them
like one of those really good people, like Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second.
No,
but comics.
Maybe your clean
comics.
Well, right? I don't know. Joe Rogan always says how the clean comics are the biggest scumbags on earth.
Probably, but like
not all of them though. Like Kevin James doesn't curse, and he's hilarious though, and you don't notice it. Like it doesn't come across as like he's trying to be clean. You're like, oh hey, he didn't like drop an F-bomb that whole thing. That's crazy.
I think that to be successful, you have to be a passive social observer, and that's what that's what you're asking them to do, right?
But Jeselnik tells jokes, like he doesn't do.
It's funny. The delivery is what kills the most. The delivery is what kills the most.
Yeah, and
he lays
just
opposite
got
of what social communications are.
Yeah, he's such a unique style. But dude, I mean, if you know anything about the guy, like you should know if you're not into you should know really quickly if you're going to be into him or not. Like, I mean, considering the title of his last special was "Fire in the Maternity Ward."
Yeah.
I mean,
hilarious.
Like, it's funny because he has like bits about. He's like, so I got called to do like a Boys and Girls Club event, and so I called him back and I was like, hey, have you listened to my stuff? And they're like, oh yeah. He's like, no. I don't think you understand. I'm going to send you a few videos. I want you to watch them in their entirety and then call me back and tell me if you still want me to come to your event.
So funny.
So like, I love that he's not like he doesn't split hairs about it. He goes,
so funny.
Not right for your event, but
so funny.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, he was on Shark Week. Fun stuff.
Hey, man. I got nothing but love for you listeners that are out there, always trying to stay true to the project, always helping us out and always supporting us. It gets me going. It gets me off the couch. It gets me making my steps off the couch so that I can kind of provide content for you guys to help encourage you or help encourage anybody that's listening. And Tim, honestly, you've encouraged me to get out my shell sometimes and get up and go. And even during these times, I couldn't be more appreciative.
I think we should just record the podcast from your deck.
Yeah. It's certainly a lot cooler.
We could videotape
probably.
it. That would work, actually.
Yeah. Certainly big enough.
Not today. It's too freaking hot.
It's hot.
Out there. Like, I walked out there, my feet are burning. All right, so
We're gonna
thanks.
go jump in the pool.
Thanks to our lovely podcast network, the most awesome podcast
Greatest
network.
podcast network in the world.
Entire
Podbelly.com.
multiverse. Podbelly.
Podbelly. Pig out on podcast.
Podbelly.com. Go check out We're Not Sure Yet, Art and Jacob Do America, Sofa King Podcast, All Things Star Wars, whatever. Pick whatever. They're all there. There's something for everyone.
Something for everyone.
And everything for someone. So that, and a shout out to El Yucateco, the king of flavors in 1968. Go try some El Yucateco hot sauce, dump it on everything, and hit us up on the IG with some pictures of your stuff, and we will send you some cool El Yucateco shit. So that's all I got. This is Stephen Chang signing off. Peace out, y'all. Go swim with sharks.
Swim with sharks.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.